Don't kid, don't kill him.
When I started out,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just wanted to work, I guess, you know.
Robert Duvall is one of the most quietly revolutionary actors the camera has ever held.
We must mention the Godfather.
Yes.
Yes.
A performer whose work contains no excess, no decoration, and no trace of theatrical vanity.
You know that gasoline smell? The whole hill.
He didn't dominate scenes through volume or force. He changed film acting by doing something far more difficult. He made the imaginary feel real. Actors study him, directors trust him, students analyze him, and yet his career was not inevitable. There was a long stretch where nothing came easily, where he was working night jobs while his classmates became stars. A period where most people would have walked away, but he didn't.
Would you like the slit straight up, no twist, as long as His Eminence is paying?
This is not just a biography. This is a masterclass in film acting, a study of the philosophy that made Robert Duvall one of the most truthful performers ever captured by a camera. Robert Selden Duvall was born in 1931 at a naval hospital in San Diego, the son of a U.S. Navy officer who became a rear admiral, and Mildred Virginia, an amateur actress. He grew up mostly around Annapolis, Maryland, a Navy brat, as he later called himself, in a household defined by discipline and quiet observation. After serving in the U.S. Army from 1953 to 1954, he used the GI Bill to study acting at the neighborhood playhouse under Sanford Meisner. Meisner's approach emphasized truth, listening, and behavior, not emotional showmanship. Duvall's classmates included Gene Hackman, Dustin Hoffman, and James Caan. Where others pursued theatrical intensity, Duvall leaned into something quieter, the study of small human behavior. He didn't want to perform. He wanted to behave truthfully in front of the camera. Before the breakthrough roles, there were years of uncertainty. In late 1950s and 1960s New York, Duvall worked night shifts and odd jobs, washing dishes, delivering messages, moving clothing racks, even working nights at the Manhattan post office just to stay afloat. Meanwhile, his classmates, Hoffman and Hackman, began landing major roles. Duvall wasn't. He later said he quit the post office after 6 months because if he stayed, he knew he'd still be there 20 years later. This was the turning point. He wasn't walking away from acting. He was walking away from a predictable life that would have cost him acting. This decision kept him in the game long enough for the work to find him. Duvall's film debut came in To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962, as Boo Radley, a role with almost no dialogue. His only line was ultimately cut. Most actors overplay silence. Duvall didn't. He built Boo through small, hesitant physical behavior, the posture of someone unused to being looked at, the stillness of someone afraid to intrude. His underexpression made the character unforgettable. In The Godfather, 1972, Duvall plays Tom Hagen, the calm, adopted consigliere. In a film full of towering performances, Brando, Pacino, Caan, he never competes for volume, he competes with precision. Watch him closely. His posture is neutral and controlled. His breathing is steady. His reactions appear a beat before his lines, showing intelligence without explaining it. Duvall doesn't force tension, he creates it by withholding. Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, 1979, is one of the most famous characters in cinema, but the role could have easily become cartoonish. Duvall made one crucial choice. He grounded Kilgore in logic. Kilgore treats war the way a surfer treats the ocean, as a condition to evaluate, not a moral landscape. The famous line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," is delivered casually.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. You know, one time we had a hail bomb for 12 hours. When it was all over, I walked.
Almost bored, not shouted. That choice made the scene legendary. The Apostle, 1997, is Duvall's most personal work. He wrote it, directed it, financed it himself after studios rejected it. For years, he attended real Pentecostal services across the South, observing how preachers move, breathe, shout, whisper, and carry conviction and doubt. His performance as Sonny feels lived in because it was built from real human behavior, not imitation.
Winner is...
Ha ha! Oh, yeah! Robert Duvall!
Duvall won the Oscar for Tender Mercies, 1983, playing Max Sledge, a broken country singer. There are no big emotional showcases in this film. Instead, he plays the truth of a man holding himself together. He prepared by living in Texas, absorbing the rhythms, posture, and emotional weight of real musicians who'd been on the road too long. His quietness isn't emptiness, it's discipline. So what did Robert Duvall master that actors, directors, and students study today? He trusted behavior over display. He didn't chase emotional fireworks. He eliminated every unnecessary gesture. His performances are built from essentials only. He played actions, not adjectives. Real people don't play sad. They try to function while sad. He treated the world as his research. Texas musicians, Southern preachers, military officers all became material. He trusted the camera. A look, a shift in breath, a small hesitation, these became his power. For Duvall, acting wasn't about becoming someone else. It was about visiting the character long enough to tell the truth. Robert Duvall built a career not on spectacle but on accuracy, not on volume but on presence, not on performance but on precision. He remains one of the clearest examples of what film acting can be when ego disappears and truth takes its place.